One thing is for certain, Michael Keaton is a fantastic actor. The Founder, starring Michael Keaton, Nick Offerman, Carroll Lynch, Linda Cardellini, Laura Dern, and directed by John Lee Hancock. The Founder is based on the true life story of Ray Kroc, who built McDonald's into the fast food giant it is today. The movie starts with Kroc as a milkshake mixer salesman. He travels from town to town, drive-in to drive-in, trying to sell his mixer, with little to no success. Like a lightning bolt, an order comes in for 5 mixers, from a small restaurant in California, owned by the McDonald's brothers. Kroc drives out west to view their operation. He becomes inspired and wants to help the brothers franchise the restaurant. The majority of the film then focuses on the relationship between Kroc and the brothers, and Kroc's incessant need to become successful. The Founder is telling an interesting story, and Michael Keaton is fantastic as Ray Kroc, but the execution of the narrative of the film is lacking. Keaton turns in another masterful performance, but it's the story they are trying to tell about Kroc which is a little lost. The film doesn't seem to know how they want to portray Kroc. In the film, he is portrayed as an ambitious man, and the person who built the franchise empire of McDonald's couldn't be anything but ambitious. The desire which drives him also makes him out to be a less than savory person to deal with. The portrayal of Kroc being both an ambitious man with dreams, but also someone with no regard for others around him, isn't executed well in the movie. Hancock could have done a better job of walking the line between the two different portrayals of Kroc's character. The best evidence of Kroc's personality not working in the film is his relationship with his wife, played by Laura Dern. Their relationship is supposed to be strained in the film, but it's always cold and never truly explored very well. I'm not sure why Dern's character is in the film. As his current wife, she tries to support him, and when she does, Kroc squashes her efforts. Kroc in the film never sees her as being behind him, while she does try and let him chase his dream. Then the film throws in another love interest, which again puts Kroc in a negative light. He unceremoniously dumps his current wife for the third, who in real life is the woman he stayed with until he died in 1984. This love triangle muddied up the story and took time away from the narrative of Kroc building the McDonald's empire while stepping on the McDonald's brothers. If The Founder was focused on telling a true life story about Kroc, then they should have included his first wife and his daughter, which are never brought up in the film. Since these characters are never mentioned in the film, it would have been better for the story for them to cut out the second wife and to focus on just how Kroc built the business and his interactions with the McDonald's brothers. This is what the movie is about in the end. Kroc's ambition and drive and willingness to step on anyone to become successful. The movie is at its best when it shows Kroc trying to grow the business while still having to deal with the McDonald's brothers. What isn't done well is the dual nature they use in trying to portray Kroc. He was a complicated man, and some films do a great job of exploring these complexities. The Founder just missed the mark. This isn't to say the film is completely without merit. The story about how the corporation grew and how Kroc was able to steal it away from the McDonald's brothers is fascinating. This kept me engaged while watching the movie, and minus the scenes with the wife, the pacing of the film is really well done. Nick Offerman and Carroll Lynch do a great job as the McDonald's brothers, and Offerman in particular does a good job. It was strange to see him without a mustache or beard, but it worked for the movie. The story they tell about how they came up with the speedy service model was interesting to watch and well done within the movie. The film should have really focused more on the relationship between the brothers and Kroc. It does focus on this for much of the film, and when it does, is when the movie is most interesting. The Founder overall is a decent movie. It's worth watching when it comes to Netflix or another streaming service. It's probably even worth a matinee price or a rental, but it's not something I would rush out and see. Keaton's performance is worth the effort of a watch. The movie just would have been better if they stuck to a more coherent way of portraying Ray Kroc's character throughout the course of the film. Some movies do a great job of showing a character's dual nature, like Walk the Line, but in The Founder, it was just lacking. What did you think of The Founder if you've seen it? If not, are you interested in the story of the rise of McDonald's? Comment and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.